YouTube, what up though? Hoodie Hustling, back at it again with another quick tip. And today we have our first sponsored episode by Absolute Auto Refinish, fresh t-shirt straight out the box. And today we're interviewing the business owner of this company, Mr. Marseille. And what we'll be highlighting is how he went from an employee rather, to an employer, how he continues to develop and improve on the business owner mindset and the successes and what the future holds for his thriving business. So we're going to turn it over to Mr. Marseille, and he's going to take it away for us. The floor is yours, bro.
And Hoodie Hustling, first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity for us to meet together like this. You know what I'm saying? And you've been providing a lot of content, a lot of good content, a lot of good stuff. So we really appreciate you for that. But as far as content, not content, but as far as like business wise and being an employee and all that kind of stuff, um, yeah, I was. Where do I start? Well, 10 years ago, let's just start 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I was like working at Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? Dollar Tree because I went to school, and then what I went to school for, they promised me that, as soon as you're done with school, you're gonna have a job and everything like that, and you're gonna be making some good money. You're gonna be making $20 an hour type of thing. You know what I mean? And I bought into that because I really didn't have a plan. You know what I mean? So I've dealt with a lot of different jobs, but one thing that always happens is that I always leave them because deep in my heart, I knew that I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to be an employee. And what happened is I couldn't figure out why or what I wanted to do. I just know that I didn't want to be an employee. So I went to school and graduated, and it was like, oh wow, yeah, the field that I graduated in is kind of hard to find a job in. I'm like, oh wow, so you made me waste my time and I still can't find a job. So I went back, yeah. Yeah, hey, yeah, that's just what it is, man. So what happened is a good friend of mine, he was doing this body shop business, mobile body shop business. And he's like, hey, I'm going through situations right now. And he's like, I could use your help, but the only thing is you gotta work outside. I'm used to working inside. I'm used to working in the AC and stuff like that. And so I went to help him out for one day, and I almost died. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not used to working outside, right? So, but he starts to tell me about the things that he's doing, how he does it, and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, wow, this is an actual business, and the freedom that he has, the fact that he's his own. He had a franchise at the time, but he's not an employee. You know what I mean? So and everything just started clicking, just clicking, just clicking. I'm just like, that might be what I'm interested in. I mean, it's hard work, but he's not an employee. You know what I mean? And that was just like, okay, that just clicked. You know what? I kind of want to do that. So after like helping him out for like 3 or 4 months, I'm like, I kind of want to do this, and I did. You know. So the person who helped him get into the business, I went through him and then filed all the paperwork and all that kind of stuff. And I was a franchise owner, not a business owner. So for 10 years, I was within the same company type thing. And it was great. Like you could literally make your own schedule and work whenever you want. You make however much you want to work, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, this is great. This is really cool. And we had a 10-year contract. But after like the sixth year, because when it comes to contracts, it kind of means that you're given a percentage of your income type of thing because of how the whole thing works. Because you in the company, you have a percentage off of different certain things and products that you use and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you kind of tied to them for 10 years. And if you're trying to leave, then it's a whole nightmare. It's a disaster. So like around year 6, year 7, I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm basically on my own now. but I'm still paying a high percentage, by the way. I'm on my own doing my own thing, but I'm still paying a high percentage to different people. But I didn't know how to leave. It just didn't really click, right? And then I listened to this podcast. I don't think you know it, Earn Your Leisure, and they're very business oriented. They give you details about the business and all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, they basically just give you ideas. And then it just makes my brain, it just made my brain just basically go exactly what's going on right now. I'm like, So I started thinking, I'm like, that's what I could do. After the 10-year contract ends, I could just leave that, start my own thing, go my own way. Because the main goal is real estate. And I was thinking like the only way I'm gonna be able to uh, do real estate is to use the money that I'm making now and then use that to for real estate. That's what I'm thinking at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm still new. I'm still just getting into like the business mindset and all that kind of stuff, right? And and that's basically how it started. And I was like, oh, what can I do? Because I'm paying a high percentage, so it's going to be hard for me to get into real estate if I'm paying that much percentage, and I'm still like a franchise owner, but I'm not a business owner. I want to be a business owner. And then like it was like 4 a.m. in the morning, bro. I woke up and I'm like, oh, this is what I could do. I could go off on my own. And then that's when Absolute Auto Refinish came in. I planned from 4 a.m. to 6, to around 6:46, 6:48 a.m. I just planned the whole thing. And all the ideas came in. I just literally woke up like around 4 a.m.
You had a
and I just
vision, man.
bruh, I planned the whole thing. I still had to wait. I still had to wait. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to end the contract, and there's just a lot of craziness going on with that. But I planned the whole thing, and then I made sure that I could do it on my own, as opposed to the company that I was in. And the time that I had left and on my in my contract, made sure that I could make sure that I had the time to think about that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So every week I was planning and just thinking new things. And I'm hanging out with the company stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, the company is cool. It's great. But it's like every time I'm writing down, this is what I could do different. This is what I could have done. This is this and that. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. So this is what I can do on my own. Let me see how I can do it on my own before this contract ends because I'm trying to leave when this contract ends. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I could be fully independent, a true business owner before I leave this franchise because I've never been a business owner before. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And man, if we want to end this story short, the contract ended and I've been on my own for like a year and a half now and I've never looked back and it's just been great.
It's great to hear, man. I know it took a lot to, like you said, you went from a regular employee to a franchise owner to now a business owner. So it looks like it's a progression of steps that you went through. You kind of had, regular mindset, a 9 to 5 mindset. You went to like a business owner with like training wheels essentially as a franchise owner, and then you got rid of the training wheels, and now you're riding solo. So I guess our final question is, what advice would you give to somebody who's ever watching these episodes when it comes to just business in general and just rewiring
Mm,
our brain to think as ownership,
mm.
marketing? What would you give to the audience regarding that?
I would say be patient. And if you have a goal in mind, it's not gonna come in a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever. You gotta be patient, write the whole plan down, because that's exactly what I did. Because remember, I still had like 2 years on my contract left. Throughout the whole 2 years, I was writing down plans and how I needed to make sure that everything. Because if the contract ended after 10 years and I just went off on my own, I probably wouldn't have succeeded. But I had 2 years. I took that time to plan out and make sure I could do everything and plan. Like if because a lot of things that the franchise was helping me with, I had to make sure that I could do it on my own. So I would say take your time, plan out everything, and focus on one thing too. Don't focus on so many different things at once. If that's what you want, if you want to do like if you're a 9 to 5 at a electric I don't know, electric company or whatever, and you want to go off on your own, plan everything out and understand what you need to do, prices, like costs, everything like that, and then execute, bro. It's not nothing happens overnight. This. I've been on my own for almost 2 years, and it was the 2 years in the making. You know what I mean? And it's gonna take time. So that's what I would say.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, y'all. A lot of people, we live in a microwave society. People want instant success.
You want instant success.
Spain, it doesn't work like that. It's a slow grind. You kind of have building blocks. You want to have people that you can tap into for reliable sources of information. And we have living proof that it works. So we appreciate your time, bro. Thank you for the t-shirt. And remember, this is our first sponsored episode, many more to come. So I'm going to sign off. Like and subscribe for more information like this. But we out, y'all. Hoodie hustling.